Welcome to another episode of the Dallas Mavericks franchise on NBA 2K12. And now, the Dallas Mavericks are getting 16 winning streak continues now. They were going up against Blake Griffin of the Los Angeles Clippers. So in last episode, with Steven Injury Hollins against the torn ACL no. Young Williamson, Brandon Silverbrand still not playing yet. So as you can see, Chris Paul is still not playing as he hurting his hand, broken. So hopefully it's not okay. It's not okay for Chris Paul, is still injured. And then Jason Terry still hurt for back spans, 1 to 2 weeks, and high ankle sprain. Be out for 2 to 4 weeks. Wait to see Christmas right there. So let's check out the coach right now. So today we'll have a December 9 matchup. No daily games, so we got Lakers, Bobcats, Nuggets, Sixers, Wizards, Bulls, Clippers, Mavericks, Nets, Grizzlies, Kings, Thunder, Celtics, Jazz, Heat, Hawks, Knicks, Cavaliers, Rockets, Spurs, Timberwolves, Pistons, and Magic Suns. So we have 2 ESPN games. We got the Clippers, Mavericks, and the Magic Suns. Check it upon one here, right? Ready to go? Let's get started off with LA Clippers as Blake Griffin still will be playing. Chris Paul will not play again because he's still not fully recovered with a broken hand. So hopefully it will resume until next week. So that's it for now. This is Andre Kenshin, and I'll see you, and hopefully let's go back and enjoy the video.
Welcome to NBA Basketball. This is 2K Sports bringing it to you live. It's Friday night basketball. It'll be the Los Angeles Clippers facing off against Jason Kidd and the Dallas Mavericks. And now we send you out to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. I'll catch up with you again at halftime.
We're at the home of the Mavericks, a fortress of basketball known as the American Airlines Center, here in Dallas, Texas. Kevin Harlan here alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. 2K Sports welcomes you to our coverage of the NBA. The Mavericks hoping to give a strong showing here for their home crowd. And taking advantage of the home games during this stretch, they want to get those W's and guys build that positive record.
This is exactly what you expect the defending champions to do. Play their game and continue to have success.
Yeah, they're primed for another title run, guys, and I think anything less than this kind of season would have been a disappointment.
And the Clippers starting 5, brought to you by State Farm. Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan, they're inside. Mo Williams out there, Chauncey Billups, and it's Butler in at the 3, the small forward. And for Dallas, Odom out there with Nowitzki. Then there's Marion, then it's Jason Kidd, and it's Carter in a 2-guard. Let's find out now what head coach Vinny Del Negro had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
This is the first time they'll be seeing the current NBA champions, and they know it's going to be a tough battle. Coach said they can't fall victim to the intimidation factor and need to stick to the game plan. He said, hey, when you play champions, you have to stay calm or things will spiral out of control.
Thanks again, Doris.
You know, guys, I'm pretty sure when everybody else leaves the gym and goes home, Dirk Nowitzki just sneaks back into the gym and kind of hangs out at that foul line area. He's so comfortable at the elbow and at that high post area. He just shoots right over the top of everybody. It looks like a layup for him.
Here is Williams after Dirk Nowitzki's bucket.
He wasn't paying any attention to the defense. Poor pass there.
So nasty. I mean, really nasty. He hit the bullseye with that dish.
That is simply poetry in motion.
Beautiful. Play, huh?
And so here are the Clippers. Jason Kidd making his last shot. Getting back to what Steve said about Dirk. With his height, Clark, that elbow shot is virtually impossible to guard.
We call it ATM time. Cash. Because when he gets it there, nobody can bother him. And he also can go by you. He's unorthodox, but he can still, because you have to respect that shot, he has the option to drive as well. But these are remarkable shooters. Good basketball instincts on display there, making it happen.
Billups against Kidd. Griffin, guarded by Odom. Pulls it up. And that one's good. Griffin. Griffin's got his second basket of the night.
And they're on fire. They've made 4 straight shots to get this thing going. Well, Dallas may not be the toughest team defensively, but they're very smart. They do a nice job of avoiding fouls and keeping teams off the free throw line.
5 of 5 to start the game, and it might be the second quarter before they miss the way they're knocking these shots down. Boy, everything's pure.
Odom's there. The jump hook, and the Clippers getting another bucket right there. And Steve, you brought up the fouls. Part of it, Clark, is that they aren't overly aggressive on D, but another part is they're maybe too careful, too.
Yeah, you got to have the right mixture of aggressiveness and caution. You want to strike a balance there. Dallas isn't going to shut any team down with their D, but they're not giving games away either with silly fouls, and that's how you got to approach it from their standpoint.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
You know, it may not sound like much, but the Clippers managed to go 19 and 33 against the Western Conference last season. That was a solid 4-game improvement, though, over the prior season.
A different look for Dallas. Peja Stojakovic comes in for Sean Marion. And it's Stevenson in for Jason Kidd. Jamario Moon, he's checked in for the Clippers. Wright comes in for Mo Williams. Here's Wright. And it's Carter picking him up. Here's Billups. Sticks it from 17 feet. Billups has got 6. Clark has rattled off that nice record against the West. Their best mark, Steve, in the last 3 seasons.
But still the 3rd worst overall record in the West. I mean, it is no easy task trying to move your way up this Western Conference.
You know, looking at Vince Carter in his prime, I thought he was one of the greatest scorers and dunkers in the league. Maybe top 5 in both categories, but now at 34 years old, he's grounded a bit.
Now here's Billups. 6 points for him from about 19 feet. Good. 8 points for him.
The confidence grows when you start a game as hot as he has.
And he's picking the right shots, guys. I mean, he's making it happen 4 for 4 from the field and just taking good shots.
Talking about Vince Carter, not one to ever make excuses, but you heard through the grapevine, Steve, that his knees are starting to be a problem for him.
Well, Clark mentioned his age. I mean, that's just the reality of playing in this league, particularly somebody like Vince Carter, who's a high flyer. You think about all that impact on his joints and his knees and his ankles. It takes its toll. And, you know, his days as a superstar are behind him, but Carter still with the ability to be an effective player out there. What a fantastic performance from long range.
Well, that's been his territory all game, Steve.
That's blocked. 3-pointers, Stojakovic. Another 3 for Dallas.
Wow, hot start offensively.
Racing out to that quick lead. I mean, they're scoring and shooting with a lot of confidence.
Funny shot, and that one's good by Billups. Billups has got 12 in the game.
Boy, this is scary. You get a score rolling like this, you're in some trouble.
Yeah, you can't leave a guy like that on an island. I mean, you got to bring some help.
Now here is Carter. In the game against Chicago, very impressive.
I think he set in tone for the entire team in this quarter. Tremendous stuff. Good action.
Top of the key. And Chauncey Billups again. He's got 14.
Well, everyone seems to have the hot hand here early on.
You know, if they keep up this scoring pace, we'll definitely see some big point totals from both of these teams.
As the first quarter wraps up, already a double digit.
The excitement builds as the NBA season heats up. Josh Smith and the Atlanta Hawks go up against Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls live next Tuesday night.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. Here's Stevenson, 11-point game.
You know, guys, I like what the Clippers have done. They have added some really good young talent to build on, and they're looking to improve upon their 9-32 road record of last season.
So with Billups on the bench, here's who's on the floor now for Vinny Del Negro. Caron Butler is out there with Moon. Then there's Mo Williams. Then there's Griffin. And it's Bledsoe in at the 1 spot. Now here's Butler. He's guarded by Stevenson. And slam dunk by Butler.
Nothing fancy for him on that jam. Just a textbook flush.
Clarkey put it away without a moment's hesitation. Here's Stevenson, averaging 8 points a game. And a young team like the Clippers, Steve, what do you think are some of the keys to winning on the road?
Well, it starts with defense and rebounding because when you go on the road, you can't count on making long shots and getting transition and finding easy points. Game's going to be tougher, so you have to defend and rebound to give yourself a chance. Tell you what, they were in full attack mode there on that fast break.
I agree with you, Steve. I mean, they got right after it.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And now a look at the teams that have shot the ball the best over the course of the last month. The Mavericks, number 1.
Yeah, Kevin, it's been a long month for anybody who plays these guys. I mean, they've been shooting the lights out, and it's been game after game after game.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for the Clippers. Smith comes in for Jamario Moon.
You look at Rick Carlisle on the bench, and it makes you think back to the old Celtics teams that he played on. What a group that was, and with the basketball knowledge that they had collectively, it's no surprise to see Carlisle succeeding with the Mavs and all of his other coaching jobs, also with the Pistons and with the Pacers as well.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They defeated the Hornets in their last game.
And above all else in that game, the long-range shooting, to me, was what made the biggest impact.
Well, you called it. You're all over it, Steve. I mean, it's really hard for an opponent to overcome that kind of three-point barrage. I mean, I think it's the great equalizer. You can negate a lot of weaknesses if you can make three-point shots.
Now Williams, coming off a stellar performance against New Orleans. Now, here's Stojakovic. Not a lot of room. Here's Marion. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Well, Clark, everywhere he's gone, he's found a way to win. He was Coach of the Year in the NBA at one stop up in Detroit. Steve, he's just a winner.
Well, if you look at Carlisle's record as a coach, he's got one of the top career winning percentages ever in the league. So Rick Carlisle knows what he's doing. Fantastic season last year for Dallas. Very well-respected coach.
Here's Stojakovic. 9 points in the game so far. Gets it to go. And the Mavericks lead by 15.
9 straight points for them off of wide-open looks from deep. Something has to change for this deep.
Yeah, they're just giving up too many easy shots out there. They've got to close out harder, get a hand up, make him put it on the floor.
Tries it from the top of the key, and that one's good. Mavericks leading by 13, and stolen by Butler. Here's Williams. Smith in the post, defended by Stojakovic. Bledsoe, and again the Clippers good for 2.
You look at their scoring. Mid-range jumpers account for 6 of their last 10 points.
Well, defensively, they're doing a nice job of keeping them out of the paint, but you got to give them credit. They're knocking down shots.
Here's Bledsoe. His last outing, he had 8 points.
You know, guys, Dallas kind of gets slept on in terms of playoff action because they've been so disappointing in recent years, but they worked hard all season, and the hard work has its reward.
Great perspective. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Brought back to Dallas, they weren't really talked about as a contender, and some even had them losing to Portland in the first round. Then, Steve, that Los Angeles upset, that sweep got everybody's attention.
Sure did. They took the first 2 games in L.A., then they blew out the Lakers in Game 4 to finish off the sweep. just an incredible series. And I think that was the series that was the springboard for Dallas into the finals and past the Miami Heat. When they beat the Lakers, Dallas knew they could win the whole thing.
Clippers trail by 13. Here's Billups. And again, the Clippers good for 2. Here is Carter. He's got 9. Working on Williams. And then Carter with the dunk.
That was vicious. I mean, real vicious. He hung on the rim just to say, you realize this is my basketball.
That is a nice finishing touch.
Yeah, just finishing with a little emphasis, guys. Nothing wrong with that. That's the way to do it. Really nice ball movement there.
Mavericks leading by 11.
Mo Williams came over to the Clippers in that deal for Baron Davis at the deadline a season ago. His numbers really picked up after that trade. He was very happy with the move, and he played very well with the Clippers.
1:04 left to play here in the second quarter. That's good from Nowitzki on the assist by Kidd. Nowitzki's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Boy, he's been good offensively tonight. I really like what I've seen.
After that trade, it seemed to be just the change of scenery that Mo needed.
Yeah, you know, folks can get stale. I mean, players sometimes stay in a place too long. Coaches can do the same. It can happen. So it seemed like the change of scenery was pretty good for Mo. And the Clippers needed a veteran like him, so that could add to the equation as well.
For the Clippers, DeAndre Jordan comes in for Caron Butler, and Antoine Wright is subbed in for Mo Williams. And Dallas has possession, and this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team.
And as you'd expect, this was a lopsided series a year ago. Nice job there, sliding over and taking the contact.
You know, a lot of times those kinds of plays change the momentum of the game, and even though they don't show up in the box score, they're significant plays.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. Those games not too pretty, but nobody expected, Clark, anything different.
No, I agree, Kevin. It's not a big upset when a team from the bottom gets swept like they did.
And the technical free throw is good. There's 38 seconds left now here in the second. Taken away by Kidd. Here's the break. Jumps up, and the jam by Jason Kidd. Now Sprite slam cam to replay that one.
Well, he took that one to the rack with some purpose.
I'll say beautiful dunk there, Steve.
Yeah, how about the agility, man? Just the power and the skill, impressive.
Billups against Odom. From 11 feet away. Nice spin off the left rim and in. 19 points for Chauncey Billups.
Well, they've done a lot of their damage from mid-range here, guys. I mean, knocking down those shots with regularity.
Yeah, how about 8 of their last 10 points, guys, coming off that mid-range area jump shot. So, shows you don't have to be at the rim to score.
An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Slamming it home off the alley-oop. Remarkable.
Well, his eyes got wide as he went up for that one.
And he timed his leap perfectly to meet the pass at the top of its arc.
Carter with the three. He beats the buzzer with a fantastic shot.
Guts right there, fellas. I mean, that's what it takes to bury a big shot like that. You got to be confident and composed.
Yep, no hesitation, no second thoughts. He just lets it fly.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Mavericks ahead. They lead by 13.
And welcome fans to HP at the Half. We're well into the NBA season. Let's get things rolling. The Mavericks off to an outstanding start. They've been playing very well lately, and it's carrying over into tonight's game. Dirk Nowitzki's scoring with ease against the Clippers. How's that for a shooting percentage? 100. Yes, 100% from the court. Not too bad. And from the Clippers' angle, they've been grinding away. Physicality taking over the game. They are muscling their way around the paint. Chauncey Billups has been lights out in the first 2 quarters. He's up to 19 points and has added some assists to his totals as well. It hasn't been exactly a back-and-forth battle, but these two are trading their fair share of buckets. We already got a few games gone final. Check them out from around the league. For the Lakers, a loss to the Bobcats at Time Warner Cable Arena. Not a great game for them. They finished 11 points on the wrong end. Their top scorer was Kobe Bryant. And another one of the games that went final out in Philadelphia was the 76ers losing to the Nuggets. A bit of a disappointment. They had a chance to get that one. Andre Iguodala had the team high. And now here's what's going on in the rest of the association. The Houston Rockets currently trailing the Spurs out in San Antonio. I think we might be looking at a little garbage time before this one's over. And now back to the game in Dallas. Glad to have you along with us.
Welcome back to Dallas, Texas, and tonight's game here at the glistening American Airlines Center. Gorgeous night here in Texas. Here's Odom, still looking to get on the scoreboard. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Mavericks, they've got Nowitzki. Jason Kidd is out there with Carter. Then there's Marion, and it's Odom in at the 4.
I like the fact that the Mavs were a really strong team at home, and it shouldn't be a surprise. I mean, it seems like each year they find a way to win in front of a terrific home crowd.
Outside Kidd. Another 3 for Dallas.
He got that one, but he hasn't been producing the way we're accustomed to. He needs to look for a shot a bit more.
Back to the Mavs, that home crowd. They also have another guy who's pretty important in that audience. That's their owner. You know, Steve, he's watching every game in Dallas.
Yeah, from right behind the bench, too. That's something that the team has grown accustomed to. And Mark Cuban has been a terrific owner for the Mavericks. He's turned that franchise around. And he's really a major part of their culture.
And Nowitzki backs in. Basket good. Nowitzki's got 27 points.
Well, I like the way it looks to start the second half here. I mean, 3 straight makes to kick it off. Nice.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
You know, last year for Dirk might have been one of his best to date. I mean, I think it was even better than his MVP year. He was just superb, but a lot of that had to do with what he showed in the playoffs. I think he was at such a high level of performance during the playoffs.
Outside Jordan. Back to Billups. Converts on the jumper for the easy 2. 23 points in the game. Well, back to Dirk. He was in consideration for another MVP, Steve, finishing right in back of Rose last year.
Well, he made a pretty good case for himself. Best field goal percentage of his career, and was a force for Dallas all season long. They had that incredible postseason run. And if it hadn't been for an injury at midseason, which cost him about 10 or 12 games, I believe, I think Dirk might have won it. Well, still a great start to the half after hitting their first 3, even before that miss.
Well, he's been scoring pretty well on just a few attempts. It might help them out if he was a bit more assertive.
And stolen by Butler.
Great job playing the passing lanes and forcing that turnover.
Billups with the ball. 23 points in the game. Williams, that's for 2. The basket good off the assist from Billups. Billups has got his 3rd assist on the night. Nowitzki for 3, and that one's good. Nowitzki's got 30 points.
He's put on an offensive clinic. They've got to deny him the ball.
And if that fails, then double him, Steve. I mean, they can't allow him to continue to hurt him like this. Now
here's Williams. He has 6. And it's Carter picking him up. Griffin kicks to Butler. Really left alone that time. Butler's got his third basket of the night.
And yeah, they're moving the ball now. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assisted buckets.
Steve, nothing makes a coach smile as much as pure, selfless teamwork.
Well, Vince Carter always had a knack for hitting tough shots, and with his length and that athleticism, you knew he could create space and shoot over the top of defenders.
The Mavericks making a switch here. Stojakovic is checked in. And then for the Clippers, Ike Diagu's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And it's Smith in for Blake Griffin. Billups kicks to Butler. Defended by Stojakovic. Gathers. Smith's shot is good. Smith's got his first 2 points of the night. And Vince Carter certainly, Steve, could hit some tough shots. The downside, Clark, was, of course, sometimes maybe he settled for tough shots.
And those tough shots, Kevin, only get tougher as you age. I mean, the years accumulate. You have to get creative. It's just not as easy to fool or bamboozle defenders to get easier shots.
Some coach told me that the hardest thing in coaching in the NBA, and the jam by Jason Kidd. Check it out here again with the Sprite Slam Cam.
Went to the win. Dunk to turn this place on its ear. I love it.
Yeah, this crowd is stunned.
And they should be, Kevin. That was one elaborate. Finish.
Smith with a screen on Carter. Carter against Williams. Dishes to Diagu. 5 to shoot. Here's Butler. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there. Mavericks leading by 13. Stojakovic dishes to Carter. Over Williams. Again, the Mavericks score.
Well, he's smart. He's getting good shots, and he's knocking them down.
Billups up top. He's got 23. Here's Butler. The basket good off the assist from Billups. Butler's got 6 here in this quarter.
I think he's done his part to try to keep him in this game. It's been a solid effort from him, guys.
Here's Nowitzki. And Dallas again with the bucket.
Smart. He's just using his size advantage to get his shot off.
And a sweet stroke, too, you might add.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Williams up on top, defended by Carter. Here's Diagu, pushes up, deflected by Nowitzki. Lets it go from deep. Good!
Oh, what a big shot to close out the court. Going to the fourth with a little momentum now.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Dirk Nowitzki having a dominant impact in this game.
Seems like every time he's gotten the ball down on the block, guys, he's had his defender at his mercy. I mean, he's eating this team alive.
Yeah, he really is. The big man is doing major eating down there in the paint. I like the way he's mixed up his approach, too. He's kept the defenders off balance.
And we'll be back momentarily live from Dallas.
Next Thursday night, Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers take on Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks, live from Dallas. Big time hoops coming your way.
As the fourth quarter gets going, let's swing it over to Doris Burke, who has our Sprite Spark report. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Dirk Nowitzki is our spark of the game. He's been really fun to watch today. If it weren't for him, surely this lead wouldn't be so big. Let's find out if he's got enough energy to keep it going the rest of the way. Gentlemen?
Great stuff, Doris. Thank you. What a spark, Clark, he has given them.
Yeah, we've been watching him the whole game, and he's been all over the place.
Can't say enough about his efforts tonight, guys. He's really put his team on his shoulders today.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. Moon and Griffin make up the forwards. Antoine Wright is out there with Chauncey Billups, and it's Jordan in at the 5 spot. And the shot is good. Here's Bobo. Here's Haywood. The first free throw is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Vinny Del Negro didn't have an easy go of it leading the way for the Clippers in his first year coaching that team, but he was able to get them to up their win total, and that's something to build off of.
Here's Moon. And yes, a nice assist from Billups.
He loves operating in that kind of space.
Here's Bobo.
Well, getting back to Del Negro, Clark, I mean, this is a team that has a lot of young talent. They got Blake Griffin to build around, but it's had a losing culture for so long. So this is a tough job. I mean, he's got to really change their style, get them to buy into playing defense and playing together, and try to build some momentum with a franchise that really never has had it.
And it's blocked. And they're able to recover. Moon sinks the triple.
You know, Kevin, his scoring has been one of the few positives they can take away from this game so far.
And here's Stevenson for 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
And they answer right back with that 3.
It's a good old shootout. The fans are enjoying this show.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
I think Coach saw a couple of things he wanted to correct. You got to make sure everyone's following the game plan.
How impressive was Blake Griffin? Became an all-star in just his first season actually playing with the Clippers. And not many people can ever do that in the NBA, especially these days when the players are coming in at such a young age.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Mo Williams is checked in for Wright. And Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Chauncey Billups. And here's Griffin. Shot clock at 6. Pulls up on the wing. And again, the Clippers good for 2. And Blake Griffin, an all-star in his first season. The last rookie, Clark, to be selected as a reserve for the all-star game. Tim Duncan back in 1998.
It's pretty rare you have a player walk into the NBA and pretty much immediately claim superstar status. It was a combination, though. The weight for Blake Griffin after the injury that cost him his official rookie year, and then also doing it in L.A. And it doesn't hurt when you can become a hit on YouTube with all of those monster throws.
Oh, man!
Boy, how about the touch on that pass? Lobbed it up there nice and soft. Feathery.
Yeah, looked like it made Steve for a pretty easy catch.
Well, the pass may have been soft, but the dunk was anything but.
And Dallas again with the bucket.
You know, next time he has that much space, he should just go straight up with it and leave the fadeaway at home. Park that fadeaway, take the shot that's available.
Deflects the pass. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there. Mavericks leading by 16. Evans against Griffin. The fader. And it's Dallas with another.
Well, he can squeeze himself into the box score every now and then.
Now Bledsoe. And Griffin backs in. Launches it. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Yeah, they're finding the open man. Unselfish play. I like it.
Yeah, I love it too. Teamwork in evidence there, right on full display. A big percentage, a high percentage of their baskets have come off assists.
Just cruising to the finish line.
Yeah, and barring something catastrophic happening, it looks like they'll go home with a nice victory here.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Caron Butler's checked in for the Clippers. Billups comes in for Eric Bledsoe. A minute 50 left here in the fourth quarter. Got that one up quick. That's 12 points for Butler.
Beautifully executed play there to get that basket.
And Nowitzki backs in. Fades away. That's good. And the Mavericks lead by 18.
You know, when he plays well, generally the team does too, and it's exactly what we're seeing here today.
Fires top of the key. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there. And here are the Mavericks now. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
I thought offensively, a lot of what they were doing really worked. But of course, they found some gaping holes in that defense.
Steve, they had a bunch of success on even the most basic plays they were running. I mean, that was some pretty poor defense there. I tell you what, he's got a unique ability to shoot that three off the dribble, even if he's going full speed in transition.
Nice offensive play there, and this one's pretty much in the books, guys.
Yeah, I agree. You know what? It was a very good showing from them to come away with the win. I was very impressed.
It's a good thing he showed up today because without him, this team would be in big trouble.
And Vince Carter again. Carter's got 13 points in the second half. Outside, Billups. And Griffin backs in. Kicks to Butler. Here's another look with the Sprite Slam Cam.
They could have used this run a while ago. It may not make much difference now.
Yeah, they hit that snooze button a little too much because they showed up late to this game. Kevin, interesting story with Caron Butler. He's out of Racine, Wisconsin, and had a rough childhood, but really a great story of a guy turning things around for himself. He's been one of the more consistent players in the league.
Another bucket, and they are just pulling away here now.
Yep, no doubt about it. They're sprinting to the finish line.
The basket good off the assist from Billups. Clark, you're right about Caron. He's had a fascinating life, a lot of ups, but a lot of downs to begin things. Steve twice selected an All-Star back in 07 and 08, but over the last few seasons, injuries have slowed him down.
Yeah, so tough last year, Dallas, in the midst of that great season that they enjoyed. To lose Caron Butler, boy, you hated to see that happen. And now Butler getting into his 30s. It's tougher and tougher to bounce back from injuries. So hopefully he'll be able to come back and continue to play at a high level. We'll see.
Billups kicks to Griffin. Back to Billups. Takes a three. And again, it's the Clippers from deep. Here is Carter. And Nowitzki backs in. The dunk and the foul of Power. This move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line.
Looks like it's over. Double-digit margin, clock running down. Just take care of the ball now.
Yep, it's a simple equation. This one's over. Use the clock and take care of the arm.
And he makes the free throw. Puts up a prayer. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now we present the Jordan Player of the Game, Dirk Nowitzki.
episode, we finished things off on December 9th. Let's check out what happened on the first game. What happened? The Lakers lose to the Bobcats as Thomas scores double, 10 points and rebounds. Corey McGay scores 36 and Kemba Walker scores 23. Kobe Bryant only has 25. Next up, Nuggets beat the Sixers. Joe Holiday gets a double. Andre Iguodala scores 24 and Ty Lawson scores 22. Next, we got the Wizards and the Bulls. Bulls win the game. 24 points for Carlos Boozer and Jordan Crawford scores 21. How about the Mavericks beat the Clippers? Dirk Nowitzki scores 43 and Carter R30. Bellas only has 33 points. Grizzlies beat the Nets. Zach Randolph scores 24 and this one Brandon Wright scores double 14 and 12 and Brook Lopez almost had double 22 and 9. Thunder and the Kings. Kevin Durant scores 39 points, 5 rebounds. Isaiah Thomas scores double 26 points and 10 assists. Next up, the Celtics and the Jazz. Paul Mills also have double 18 and 11. Jeff Green and Paul Pierce scores 23 and 21. Next is the Heat and the Hawks. Al Horford scores a double alongside Josh Smith scores double. As Alfred scores 20 and 10 and Smith scores 19 and 11. Johnson scores 22 points. LeBron James merely getting double 46 points and 8 rebounds. Knicks beat the Cavaliers. Kyrie Irving scores 27. Sessions scores 22. Carmelo Anthony scores 26 and Stoudemire scores 23. Rockets and the Spurs. Spurs won the game. Parker scores 24 points and is almost double. Ginobili scores 20 and Martin scores 23 and Dragic scores double 10 points and assists. Pistons beat the Timberwolves. Tayshaun Prince scores 20. McGrady scores 24. Gordon scores 21. And Kevin Love only has 23. And Suns pull off our upset over the Magic. Shannon Brown scores 27. Brooks scores 22. Howard scores 21. And Davis scores 20. Let's check out the schedule on the Saturday night, December 10th. They only have 7 NBA games. Well, let's see the D-League count. 1 Taurus Armor, 2 Red Cliff Bayhawks, 3 Ohio Energy, 4 Sixers versus Sky Force, 5 Defenders versus Stampede, Vipers versus Big Farms, 7 Wizards Jam. So 7 D-League games once again. So we're gonna simulate it on both games, December 10 and 11. There's no Mavericks games. So we get the Pacers beat the Cavaliers, Rockets beat the Thunder, Hornets beat the Wolves, Bulls beat the Pistons, Knicks beat the Bobcats, Bucks beat the Nuggets, and Warriors beat the Raptors. For the D-League games, we got Toros beats Armor, Bayhawks beats Red Claws, Ohio beat Energy, Skyforce beat Sixers, Step Band defeat Defenders, Vipers defeat Bighorns, Jam defeat Wizards. Wow, Wizards gonna pick up a second loss in the D-League. The next up on Sunday, we got 7 D-League games again. So we got Taurus versus Armor, Red Claws versus Bayhawks, Sixers versus Skyforce, Defenders versus Stampede, Vipers versus Bighorns, Wizards versus Jam, Legends versus Mad Ants. For the NBA game, we got the Spurs, Clippers, Suns, Nets, Hawks, Celtics, Grizzlies, Sixers, Raptors, Kings, and Magic Lakers. So 6 NBA games right here. It's gonna simulate truth date. And the Toros blow out the Armor. Spurs beat the Clippers. Nets beat the Suns. Celtics beat the Hawks. Grizzlies beat the Sixers. Raptors beat the Kings. Lakers defeat Magic. Bayhawks beat the Red Claws. Skyforce beat the Sixers. Defenders. Vipers defeat Bighorns. And Wizards again gets pick up the third loss of the season over the Jam and lost to the Jam, and Legends beat Mad Ants. As told there, you're going to go for the number 18, another D-League game schedule. We got Canton, Ohio versus Energy, and Legends versus Mad Ants. For the NBA, we got Suns, Bobcats, Bucks, Wizards, Pistons, Thunder, Hornets, Jazz, Kings, Trailblazers, Rockets, Heat, Timberwolves, Knicks, Nuggets, Mavericks, and Spurs. Warriors. They have 9 NBA games there. Let's check out the injury report for Denver. So we had old players are out due to the injury. So Aaron Aflalo is out from broken jaw 4 to 6 weeks, and Kenyon Martin is out to 2 to 4 weeks. Wow. Martin was out for 2 to 4 weeks due to a broken toe. Wow. Aaron Aflalo will be out for 4 to 6 weeks due to a broken jaw. Alright, that's it. We're going up against the matches. Let's check out the players of the week there. So Brook Lopez and Dirk Nowitzki wins the player of the week again. So Dirk Nowitzki wins now 4 the players of the week. And Brook Lopez gets the first players of the week right there. All-star votes still remaining for 1 million votes for Phoenix Suns Steve Nash. And I got second place for Dirk Nowitzki. Mavericks are number 1, Spurs number 2, Grizzlies number 3, Blazers 4, Rockets 5, Nuggets 6, Warriors 7, Thunder 8, Clippers 9, Suns 10, and still remaining Lakers are still in this game. The Lakers Heat are 16-2, number 1, Bulls 2, Pistons 3, Magic 4, Knicks 5, Nets 6. Now Celtics are now up in the back to number 7, tied with the Raptors, Pacers 9, and Hawks 10. Now for the power rankings, as you can see, the Dallas Mavericks are now in the number 1 rank. They only have 1 loss against the Raptors. I'm gonna do it against the Raptors for revenge. Miami Heat are the 2. Let's check out the homepage. Mavericks dethrone the Heat in power rankings. Dirk and Lopez named the players of the week. So now we're gonna check out the rosters. As you can see, no more orders up, down to 89. What's happened to Wizards? They only have 7-3. Let's check this right there. That was the BS right there. It's time to save the game. So now it's time to quit game. So that's it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. Man, I forgot that in real life, the Mavericks and the Clippers was the first round series, and the others saw the Clippers won over the Mavericks 109-97. The other games of the first round, Celtics, Heat, Pelicans, Thunder, and Pacers Bucks. So the Celtics, Bucks, and Thunder won the game 1. So don't forget game 2 tomorrow night with triple header, 2 doubleheader on TNT. Got Sixers, Knicks, and Lakers, Nuggets, and then 1 NBA TV. They have the Cavaliers match. So that's it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. Hope you enjoyed this video. For catch up, we'll see you tomorrow night against the Denver Nuggets without Kenyon Martin. So this is Andre Kenshin saying so long and good night, everyone.